it once again. So now that we are here at apollo.io, as a student that is trying to explore these tools and know how it works, the the basic operational and features, the first thing you want to do to start your journey is to create a what? An account. Notice that the class meeting has mics active, so if you want to speak to me, please speak. You can speak to me if you want to speak, but please make sure you raise up your hand and you are called before you speak because I don't want to be dragged back. I don't want to waste any time here today. We have a lot to cover, as you could see. So, the first step that you have to do is to visit the website, which is what? Apollo.io. When you hear Apollo.io, that is the website of what? Apollo. So when you come to the website, the first thing you want to do again is to what? Is to say sign up for. So now that we are here now, the first thing you want to do is what? Is to click on either this sign up for free here or sign up for what? For free at this point here. So when you sign up for free now, your next port of call will be to what? To create a what? An Apollo account using whatever they are requiring of you. It could be your email address, could be your phone number, it could be your house address, anything you think they are going to ask of you. So when you click on sign up for free here, you can see it's asking for, it says sign up for Apollo free forever and all of that. So you want to do what? Say sign up with what? With Google. So when you click on sign up with Google, you are going to have to what? To select the Google account with which you are going to what? Sign up with. So that is what you are going to have to enter when you click on sign up with Google. So I'm going to click on it now and hopefully it will come up. So I've clicked on it. Let it come up. So now you can see that it has come up and I'm going to sign up with this here. Okay, so this is my account now and I have to sign up with my what? With my I have to sign up with my account password, but if it's not working, no problem. Could actually go back and use something else. So let me try this one. If it will work. This one is still asking. So let's see. Wow. So I've selected an account and the next thing is for me to say continue. And when I click on continue, it's going to take me directly into my what? Where I'm going to set up my account properly. And you can see now, we are now into the Apollo app where we're going to do our exploits. So you just have to be patient. The thing will keep turning until it is certain that you can what? That you can do what it requires of you. So maybe probably it's turning, trying to build your workspace and all of that stuff. So you just have to allow it to what? To do its thing. So it says, what can the only end-to-end sales platform do for you? This is just like asking you what you want Apollo.io to do for you. But this place is not really important. It's just going to give you some brief introduction of what the Apollo.io does for you. And then what you do is what? You tell it what next. Now, say what's your role? Like I've always maintained in all our previous tutorials, I will always say what? Use either a founder or business owner or executive or whatever. That way you're going to have a full what? A full account to work with that can offer you all the features that you need to what? To understand the tool. So I don't know whether anybody has any question at this point. Do you have any question? So somebody said I should continue. So I'm going to continue right away. No time for what? For waiting. So I've selected the founder role and I'll do what? I'll click on continue. And then what would you like to do with Apollo? And I'll say yes, I want to find and get in touch with leads. And I'll just check everything here as what I want to do. And I'll do what? Click on continue. And then say, let's get started with your personalized setup, blah, blah, blah. For me here, I just want what? I just want now. The thing here is that as you do all of these things, you're going to what? You're going to be getting some free credits. See now, it say complete all and get what 135 what credits. Now the credit is what you're going to be using to what to find leads and do your sequencing and all of that. So when you're done with your credits, you might not be able to what to do much anymore with the tool. So now you say find leads, blah blah blah, connect your local inbox, blah blah blah, and all of that. So I can say okay, get started. And at this point now, you can see we are now into our what? Into our Apollo. We are going to set up stuffs, but let's just leave that aside and go back so we can what? Get into our what? Apollo properly. Now this is our Apollo.io dashboard, and this is where everything begins. And in here we have different tabs here. And now if you look at this point now, you see where it says progress is 0%. Zero of what 390 credits earned. So if you really want to just get that some of this credit, because having this credit will allow you to be able to do a lot of things with Apollo, because the credit is actually what premium users are paying for to be able to do things with Apollo. So what I normally do most times is that what I spend my time to what to link your account. You can do what to link your email account. You can do what to click on link mailbox, and you can say link mailbox again, and then you can select your Gmail and do what? When you select your Gmail, you do what? You click on this agree here and do what? You link your mailbox. When you link your mailbox, you're going to be able to what? Select the account that you want to work with. Of course, this is the account I wish to use. Then you say what? You say continue. So whenever you send an email now, it will be routed through that what? Through that account. And if you're going to get a response, I'm sure you're still going to receive a response through that account as well. So you can now see that we've actually done what? You see, it says, great job, your mailbox has been what? Has been linked. So we can now do what? We can close this one up, and then we can now go back to the what? To where we have all those tasks to what? To do and get our points. I'm just doing this so you can actually see that this thing here is not difficult, okay? I can just go straight to the point and do my stuff and get out, but just for you to learn and understand. So it says customize your key sales content, blah blah blah. So you can say what? Update content. So this one can just be you trying to like do one or two things here and just do this and what, and you can save it. So you can say company or product name. Of course, you can say what? Otanwa what? PLC. And then customer pain points. Say too much what? Too much pressure with tasks. Yes, too much pressure. I feel that we're thinking in happy, happy to you. So value proposition. So we can say okay, end to end what? Says what? Funnel. Now call to action. Do what? We can say okay. Um, click here to secure a what? A spot. Okay. Now what's the next one here? I think these ones are not important anymore. So you can just okay, you can just say save. And of course, you can see now we completed this task. We can now go to what? Go to onboarding. Those of you that are raising your hand, please calm down. I'm trying to make sure that we get, wow, so many chats here already. This. So now this is our Apollo.io dashboard, and we have what the tool is divided into what? Into different sections here. We have the home, prospects and reach, we have people, we have companies, we have lists, data enrichment, and sequence. So our job today is to help you to what understand what all these ones here means in the little way that we can work, that we can understand. Because I know that Equi have already done justice to this, but I know that some of you that are here, the reason why you are here is because while she was teaching, you were busy selling fish in the market. Some of you were selling tapioca, some of you were selling building materials, some of you were some of you, that was the time that your husband said he wanted to like, to and then you now have to what attend to. Why some of you that was the time that your 7 children who said they wanted to eat. So you have to just pause the video and do what? You have to just pause the tutorial and go and meet your what? Your children. Some of you now that was the time you had to, you had to go to the hospital to go and see your loved one that are sick. So that is why you felt like maybe you don't know it much, but you actually know it. So by the time you are done, like you're going to understand what all these different tabs here mean. Okay. So let's begin with home. Now, the home, like I've always said, whenever you open a tool and you see home, or you see overview, or you see what again? Maybe dashboard. They actually what almost the same thing. Okay, in the sense that the home will now give us a what a quick overview or a quick summary of all that was being done in our what in our Apollo 2, just like what we did, or like we saw when we were doing a BBL, which was with our peak time for the students that are here. You know that when we did our peak time, we didn't have all these things here in display, right? It was after a while when we now started giving the thing blows and hits that we now started seeing everything here started becoming, now started making sense, right? So that is how it is now. For now, we don't have, we have not sent any emails. We have not had any email being delivered. We have not sent any email that will be delivered. We have not gotten any replied emails, and we have not actually gotten emails where people showed interest. And also, we have not received any bounce emails so far because we haven't sent any. That's why we are seeing all here as what 00 what 0. So that is what you see on your on your home. When we now send out an email, we'll be able to to see summary of what all our emails here. Now remember that when we did HubSpot, now you know that we sent out our email campaign, and when they clicked, we saw the activities here now, right? Like we saw what they clicked, even the link they clicked and the page they clicked. We even saw the number of people that clicked. That is what we are going to be seeing here when we start sending out our campaign. Okay. So we now have the prospect and what enrich. So before we talk about the prospect and enrich, let me simply tell you some of us here that I know some of us here did not. Some of us we just have O level and not be even say now we write our work by ourselves. I understand. So now, when you hear prospect, I think I explained this one inside of Hotspot as well. Prospect simply means what? You see where they say to search for mineral deposit, especially by what drilling and what extraction. You see the possibility of or likelihood of what future event occurring. This one is not. We're not going to accept this one. Or you see, a person regarded as what likely to succeed or potential customer or client etc. So in this second one, we will take what? We will take potential customer or what or client. Then in this last one here, we will take what we say search for. We say search for what? Search for mineral deposit. Yeah, but this one now we are searching for what? For customers. Okay, that is what prospect actually what means. And then they say especially by what? By drilling and what? Extraction. Now we are not drilling unless you want to call data unless you want to call lead extraction as drilling, but we are going to focus on what? And excavation. Like, we are going to be opening up, turning up, we are going to be turning around this entire stuff here to find people that are what that we need for our products and services. So that is what we mean by what? By prospect and what? And enrich. Now the enrich is the part that ensures that the details that we get from Apollo are what? Are real and can help us to reach these people directly. So now under this prospect and enrich, we have the people. We have companies, we have lists, we have data enrichment. Okay, so people is the database of everyone that Apollo has on its database. Okay, and when you click on people, it gives you a different view. Like you'll be seeing that there's a what there are different kind of what searches. Okay, you can see different kind of searches through which you can actually find people here. Now you can see that we have so many things here. We have now if you want to search for people, you can search for people using their persona, using their email status, using their job title, their company, their location, employees, or by number of employees in a company. And they can even find people based on their industry and and keywords. For instance, if you want to find people that are miners, you can come in here and do type mining. You find them. Then we have people that you can also find people by by buying intent. Buying intent means that what am I trying to do? Buy what now? What is a who here understand what they mean by buying intent? Who understand what they mean by buying? Because me I understand on Apollo now. I just want you to do something for me. You see, we don't have name here. We don't have search by name here because you can actually find people using the name filter. This thing you see here is all filters. So now we don't have name here because there's a video I made and we're able to find people using specific names, but Apollo.io they upgraded the interface and then they hid that filter. So to enable that name filter, you do what? You click on more filters here. You can see more filters here. Click on it, and click and then do what? It will open up for you. Now, when it open for you now, don't be confused. Don't start panicking. Say, hey, you don't do plenty. Oh God, I hate this, guys. So, guys, now because we wanted to be able to search for people using the name filter on Apollo, we have to do what? Click on that more filters here. Now, when you click on this more filter, you need to do what? Come down to this name here. You see this name here? When you come to this name here, you see that there is a small pin here. You see there's a small pin. As you hover over the name, you see that a small pin here will what? It will light up. Now, when you click on this pin now, you're going to what? Have this name what? This name filter will now come up in this part of it. So to save it now, you do what? Click on apply filters. Okay. Now we have now done apply filters. And you can now see that what I will now have name filter here. So if you want to search people by their name now, you can now click on it and what? Enter the name you want to search for. So I want to search for Otanwa. Otanwa. And I'll do what? I'll just press enter. And then to what? It will search for anyone that has Otanwa in their what? In their name. Isn't that cool and sweet? Of course, it's very cool and sweet. So that is how you can do what? You can actually find people using the name filter. Okay. So whatever you are doing now, these people, these people tab here allow you to what? To find a lot of people using what? Different filters inside of Apollo. Okay, you can see now we actually have people that are Bia Otanwa. Can you see? We have Sunday Otanwa, Otanwa Anthony, Janet Otanwa, Mary Otanwa, Otanwa Vincent, Vincent Otanwa, Meg Otanwa, Oladuni Otanwa, Oshe Otanwa. These people, it shows that they never changed their names. So Precious Otanwa, Otanwa Peter, Emmanuel Otanwa, Otanwa Peter, Otanwa Anthony, Blessing what? Otanwa. Can you see? People actually bear the name for themselves. And you people think you do know whether my name is Otanwa. Okay. So that is that, okay, guys. So now let us understand the purpose why we are here, why we are using this tool. So now we are here because we are looking at ourselves now as people that have businesses, people that have products that we want to sell to people. For instance, if you are someone that makes puff puff and maybe you live in a far distance island and you don't want to be going to the town every time to go and be supplying them pop in the town. But then you know that you make the best pop in town. People tell you that your pop is actually sweet. You can simply use this one now, Apollo to find people that can actually sell your pop to people that have interest in pop that are that live in town. So what you're going to do now is that what you're going to find them, and then with your sequencing, you're going to draft you are going to nurture them from being strangers to the point where they're going to say, okay, I've seen your meal before. You say you make sweet pop off. Okay, please, tomorrow I want to give you a trial. Tomorrow by 8 o'clock, I will send my driver to your address to come and pick 50 pop off from you. If it is good, we are going to be buying pop off from you every morning. Now that will happen because you have actually gone here on Apollo to find these people that are interested in your in your pop-off, and you have you have used your sequencing to draft your email campaign to build their interest from receiving a message from a total stranger, and because you're offering them something that they need, now they will now start buying pop-off from you. That is my analogy for this class. So I'm sorry if you are a PhD holder, if you're an MSc degree holder, sorry, we are not here for you. We are here for what those that don't understand much. That is how we have actually been doing our stuff, and it works for us to drive the point home. So we are going to use pop-off to what? To drive this Apollo home today. It can be pop-off, it can be cleaners, it can be maybe sweepers, it can be street cleaners, whatever. Just so you can understand what we are doing here. Okay. Let me also use another analogy here. So, for instance, you have opened your church, we call it Ottawa Ministry, Ottawa Ministry Incorporated, and you now want new what? You want new members, right? Now, you know that you live in a town where people like what? People like to what? A town. Okay, so you now do what? You need to look out for what? For a kind of way to contact people that like Ottawa, that like to what? To town. When you now find them, you can now do what? You can now reach out to them with your what? With your sequencing. Now, the purpose is that you're going to convert them from your what? From being strangers to them to what? Someone that you can actually trust with their money and then start buying from. I don't know whether this one now makes sense because I see that some of you are agitated, some of you were calling yourself names. So now there are so many ways for you to what? To find leads. Okay. And then what is a lead? Let me still go back to my YouTube and search what is a lead. What is a lead? Some of you will say, he doesn't know what he's saying. He not go school. So let me use something that actually went to school. At least this AI now goes school. So if you tell me waiting. So now, see, are you seeing that a lead is what? It say a lead is what? It say a route or means of access to a particular place in a particular what direction, right? So let us now say, okay, that we are looking for people that can what? That can be a means for us to what? To sell our product or services, right? That is what we mean by what? By lead. Okay. For instance, if you're looking for someone that can lead you to to that prophet in town, the person that will come that when you say hello, excuse me, the person that will come to you and say, okay, don't worry, I will take you there. When you even though you don't know the town at all and you don't even know this person, that person is your what? Is your lead because he will take you to what? To assess that prophet that that you've been hearing of. They say the prophet can once you lay hand on your bum bum, if if you were having flat change like my own before, it will become very, very huge, like like that of like that of Mercy Johnson. That can be you trying to what? Trying to do your stuff. And that is a lead by coming to you and taking you as a stranger to where you're not going to find that prophet that can lay hand on your bum bum and convert it to what? Something, something huge. That is what? A lead. So now on Apollo, we are seeing ourselves as what? As businessmen and what? And women that has something to us to offer. But normally, you're supposed to go to radio and do what? And do advertisement. You're supposed to go to the television and do advertisement. But you know that sometimes television these days is not really getting so much attention by people. At least I know some of you now, the last time you watched TV was when they did Big Brother Niger. And the moment it ended, in fact, some of you never even renew your Go TV. So if somebody should not target you that needs that product, will you be able to find it? No. But at the same time, you that has not watched TV for the last 3 weeks now, you actually use your WhatsApp and you use it every day. In fact, you spend more than 10 hours every day on your WhatsApp. So that means that if somebody wanted to sell that same product to you on WhatsApp, they can actually reach out to you and then you'll be able to want to find the product that you're looking for and buy, right? That is what lead generation can do for you. And in that aspect, because you are using WhatsApp, the person just has to has to find your phone number or your WhatsApp number through any of these tools. And then they'll be able to find you and send you your your desired product and and services. And because they are new to you, they still have to convince you and tell you that, hello, sir, we are offering you, weekly cleanup schedule. We will come to your house and clean your house at a fee. And you now, since you are so lazy, you don't have a choice but to buy because even your house, self, the gala you ate since 2023 December is still lying somewhere under your bed, and you have not even found it to remove. And the last, I mean like I said, that you drank with your last girlfriend that visited you, it's still lying somewhere in your, you just hang it on top of your window and it is still there. So this cleaning company will now have to do what? You have to come in and and clean all that nonsense off. Even you say sometimes say because of say your house is so dirty, rats, male and female, now laugh at you every night and morning. You be sleeping, rats will just destroy for your house, they twerk. Because you can't do anything because now you invite them come because your house is too dirty. So now, at this point now, when you have seen that you have this kind of issue now, when somebody now come and say, hello, sir, we are offering excellent cleaning services at what? At a 20% discount if you sign up today. So you do what now? You cannot what? You cannot quietly just book their services and and start paying them to come and clean your home for you. Arinze, please stay in the class. Don't leave the class, eh? Arinze, make sure you are in the class. If not, so now I've done explaining. I'm now into the action properly. So now I've used the church person to to demonstrate lead generation. I've also talked about it from definition. When I said if you're looking for a prophet that can lay hand on your bum bum and make it bigger, you can actually ask around the street, and then the person you find in the street that will take you to that prophet can be a lead. Now in this Apollo, now what is a lead here? A lead are people that that you're going to search for. that can do what? That can help you buy your product, or that can actually lead to what? Maybe for instance, if you're looking for a job, you can actually look for all the HR in Nigeria and do what? Send your CV to them. That is you doing what? Reaching out what? To a HR, because you are offering yourself as a what? As a potential staff. And if they need you, they will what? They will hire you. That is you doing trying to do what? Market yourself. So don't think it's all about when you have business to sell that you are going to use Apollo. If you have a business or you need someone to work for, you can still reach out for them through what? By getting their email and what from from this Apollo, you can still reach out to them and they will be what? To become your staff. That is just how it works, guys. So somebody said that they cannot find the is it the name filter? The name filter is quite easy to find, and like I said, to find it, simply do what? Quickly come here, you find the more filter tool. Quickly come down here, you see the more filter at the bottom here. Click on it, and you're going to see there is a name filter here. When you see the name filter, you do what? You click on the small pin. When you hover over the name filter, you see there's what? Small pin next to it. Now make sure that it's what is highlighted. Now click on it, and you see that it has come here at what? At the side. Now as it is as it's like this, now you do what? Click on apply filters. That will cement that name filter in that part of your what? Of your screen for you to be able to use it. Now you can see that I have it here now. You can see that it is now here. That is how you find the name filter. I hope it is clear. Okay. Now let us now start looking for what? For leads. Now, okay, let me just mute all of us. You can just be like that. When you get the video, you watch it, eh? So now let us find the leads that we need now. Now we are going to look for leads now, but we are going to start with the name filter, and then we can go in with the list. No, we're not going into the email status, the job titles, company, location, employee, industrial keywords, and all of that. We can even have with their location, right? So now let us assume that you are someone that makes art, okay? You make piece of artwork, you make piece of art, and you've actually built or you created an art that works or that has you feel like this art will appeal to people that bear Festa or people that have at least a Festa in their name. Maybe you make all those art that has people's name written on it, and then you want to sell it to people that have Festa in their name, and you don't know them. How are you going to find them to be able to market your art to them? Of course, you can actually come down to your Apollo here and find them as what? As leads. How do you find people bearing Festa on Apollo? So to find them, you need to use what? The name filter. Okay, this is the name filter now. And when you do that now, you need to come down to this where it says enter name and do what? Enter the name that you want to search for. So your art is going to go well with people that beard or that bear Festa. So you come here and you do what? You type in what? Festa. When you type in Festa, don't put anything else. You do what? Just hit enter on your keyboard and you see that it will show you people that bear what? That bear Festa in their name. And we have about what? We have about 2,000 people bearing what? Festa. Okay. So you can see them now. We have Francesco Festa. We have Pierre Francesco Festa. We have Andrew Festa. And the sweet thing about this Apollo thing is that you can be able to find people's details like their title of where they are working. Like, okay, this one now is Marcelo Festa, and is the region you say the regional head of what? HR. We have Mauro Festa, is a what? Production manager. We have Adriano Festa, and he's what? Administrative what? Administrator Unico. So you can see you've already known their title or their position that they hold in their company. You can see their company name here. This Adriano Festa worked at what? At Grupo Festa. This Ed Festa worked with what? Amazon Web Services. And if you dig into this email part and phone number, you can still see their what? Their email addresses. And with that now, you can simply reach out to them and offer your services to them since you're selling something that you know that they might actually like, right? So we can even see that when you go further, you can actually see the links to their LinkedIn profile. You can see their locations. Some are in Brazil, Milan, Briosco, Italy, Matara, Italy. You can even see their industry. Some are into machineries, to furniture, informative technology, cosmetics, warehousing, retail, computer and gamers, and all of that. And Apollo will even help you to what, to see number of employees that work in their what, in their company. Like this one now, this one now, the company work about, it has about 110,000 what, employees. This one has about 14 staffs. This one has 134,000 staffs. And you can see that. Then you can even come here, you can see the keyword at what that can help you to find them. Okay. Now I want to make something clear again. Please understand that what, that as far as you're talking about Apollo, Apollo works majorly with what? With database from LinkedIn. You can see that almost all the details on this first page now are majorly from what? From LinkedIn. This is a LinkedIn what? Icon. So if you are to click on any of these people here now, they will take you to their what? To their LinkedIn profile. For instance, let me click on this Marcelo first and now. Let me click on the LinkedIn profile. You see that it took me to their what? To their profile. Okay, yeah, okay, I see they want to be stubborn. Okay, let me go and copy it. So I'll copy it here now. I'll click on what? Copy the link address and I'll come to my other what? Browser and do what? And hit it. I'll click on it now. You can see that the people actually will pop up here. You can see this is Marcelo Palhares what? Festa. This is the person that we saw just now. So this person actually is what? Who we found from what? From LinkedIn. I mean from Apollo. So that is you now. You now find these people now. You now find these people now. This is them. And since your art has their name on it, you can now reach out to them using your sequencing. Don't worry, we'll soon get to sequencing where you can actually understand how sequencing works. Okay. So that is just how to what? How to find people using the name filter. Now, aside from the first name, we can still use the entire name here. For instance, if I want to reach out to a particular person called maybe first maybe Festa what? Festa Andy. That's okay, Festa what? Andy. So anybody that has Festa Andy in their name will be what? Will be pulled out from the what? From the list. So if you hit on enter now, it will show you if there's anyone that has what? Festa Andy in their name. And you can see we have what? We don't have anybody here coming out with that name. Now, whenever you key in a name here, pay attention to what you're going to see in your what? In your Apollo environment. Now, we have total here. We have net new. We have what? Saved. Now, this total means that what? That it is showing you the number of people that are here that has at least Festa in their what? In their name. And from here, you can see that there are what? There are more than 2,000 of them here having what? Festa in their name. Now, net new means that what? That summary of all that are new. You can see that there are all what? 2,000 people here. How many have you saved of this list? You have saved no one. So if I now save, maybe I save this guy now, I save this guy, I save this guy, like maybe I copy them or I highlight them and then I now click on save, it will start showing here that I've saved a particular number of what? Of people from this list. That is how this one here works. Okay. Now, this is all about what? Finding people using the word, the name filter. Let me know if there's any questions so far so we can treat it and before we continue. We have actually done lead generation using the word, the name filter on apollo.what.io. Let us use the other ones. So we have now done this one. We can now close it. So now, what if they said, we are a company and we are looking for people that bear the name Richard. Please help us to get a list of people bearing Richard from LinkedIn or using any means, and we want you to have their phone number and their email addresses. How do we serve that kind of customer? How do we chop that money? How do we chop that dollar? Okay, to chop that dollar, what do we do? We can see that even this name filter self is not even staying. Sometimes it comes and goes away. I don't know what Apollo is doing, but maybe they want to scatter this their business. But guys, let me on my gen so I can actually power it for 1 hour. I think my laptop has been working and now it is low. Moreover, we still have like 52 minutes to close this class, so I want to be fast when I come back. So give me just some moment. Let me turn on my generator and then return. Nobody should leave the class. If you leave the class, Monday, this your dog. I'll soon take a cook banga soup. One light I take cook banga soup. Dis your dog every night e go dey bark, na banga soup na go take am take do or okodo na go take am take cook next. You can ask Ogenekere Joy to like explain to you what it means to use your dog to take cook banga soup because the dog dey bark anyhow. Na okodo na go take am take cook. If you back my class again na okodo na you just na pot straight. You just kill am use am take do banga soup. I promise you. Cook am chop. E go sweet. I don't know why that I want to see. I don't want you back. Oh, oh, ah, yeah, yeah, oh. Uh, where's the mouse now? Okay, guys, I am back now. So let us continue. So Monday, if you know where that your dog day, just make sure say you tie am. If not, very very soon, a banga soup or pepper soup. So now let's continue. Yeah. So we have actually seen how to extract leads here. So now, when you say you are going, because somebody messaged me and say it's like I'm going to link towards list, lead extraction and all of that. So please help me to do this and that and all of, and I will tell you that I have a protocol when it comes to teaching these things. If I have not taught you something, I don't like doing it with you in my inbox because doing it in my inbox, you still might not get it because it's not something I can actually drag with you. I might not be in a place where I can actually drag my computer and they start teaching you how to do it and achieving it. That's why I say wait for the what? Tutorial. Now we are here. Okay. Now we have seen the what the name filter, how can use the word to find people. Let us use the other words, the other filters. What if they said please, we are looking for people that are directors in so and so company, or let us say we are looking for directors in Nigeria. We want to market our product to all the directors in what? In Nigeria. What can we do? Now, that is two filters that we have to do here now on Apollo because Apollo works in what? In such a way that you can actually do what they call Boolean. Okay, let me show you here. They call it, is it Boolean? I don't know. People that went to school they just understand this thing here. I don't know whether I'm correct. So it's a Boolean data type, a form of data with only two possible values, usually true and what? And false. Boolean algebra, a logical calculus of truth, values, or what? Set membership. So this one now, okay, if you do Boolean and then you also did the, is it Venn diagram? Ehen, Venn diagram. This one I learned this one in my primary school. That's when I learned this one. So that is what I'm able to know this one now. Venn diagram also. I think I learned this one in primary one that time, 1992. So that's where I learned this one. So now, when they said find us people that have so and so name, that is just what? One search query. But when they now come and they say we want people that are bearing this name in so and so country, then it means that in your Apollo now you have to do what they call what? Boolean what? Boolean search. Now, Boolean search is you using more than what? More than one filter. Okay. You have now when we search for first star, that was just what? One filter. Okay. When we search for first star, that was just what? One filter. When we searched for maybe Otanwa, okay, that was what? Just one filter because it just involves what? A particular name. Okay. Even if you apply like okay, maybe Otanwa Michael here, that is what also what? One filter because you are using what? Just one particular filter here. But now they now say, okay, we need people that are bearing Richard in which country? In Brazil, or in Asia, or in the US, or in Canada. That will now be what? That will be what? More than what? One filter. So that more than one filter, we can regard it as what? As Boolean kind of what? Kind of search. Because you're going to be having what? Two different outcomes. Okay. For instance, now I'm going to search for what? For Richard here. Let me search for people that are bearing Richard here. And I'll do what? I will hit on enter. Okay. I've hit on enter now. And when I hit on enter, you can see that we now have what? How many here? We have what? 491,500 what? People bearing Richard. Now this is just for the what? For the entire globe or for the entire database that what? That Apollo has, which means every country is what? Is involved. Okay, you can see now we have Indonesia, Chicago, Nigeria, Ireland, Australia, Senegal, Cameroon, and all of that. So now what if they come and they say, hello, my lead extractor, I want people that are bearing Richard in the country of what? The country of Jamaica. So you can come here and do what? You can come here and do what? Say Jamaica. You see Jamaica here? You click on Jamaica and it will what? It will bring up people that are bearing what? This name in what? In Jamaica. Now look at it now. It's saying what? 300 and what? 94 people only. These are all from what? From Jamaica. So that is what your Boolean might look like. So you can see now this is all what? Jamaica. It has been filtered out to include people only from what? From Jamaica. Okay, and they use what? The name. Right? So that is just what this one does what? How it is like. So now let us still go back and see another type of filter. Okay. Now, what if they came and they said, please, we need people that work in industries that have at least 2,000 people working with them. So they said at least 2,000 people working with them. That means you can come here and do what? And come down to this, you use employee filter here, come to this bottom and do what? Click on the 2,000. And you can see that what? People that are working in such companies will what? They will come up here. Can you see how interesting this thing is? Now, this naturally covers what? All the countries. All the countries in the what? In the world. But if you want it to be particularly in a particular country, let's say maybe we have used Jamaica just now. Maybe now I want to say maybe Nigeria. Now can come here and do what? And add a location. Can say okay. Now we have one filter here, which is what? Employees for 2,000 people minimum employees, and you can now come here and do what? And say location can be Canada. Can do what? Select it. Now you see now we now have one more word. You can see that we have two filters now. One filter, second filter. So you see now the more you filter now, the more the thing will what? The more it will reduce the number of your what? Of the sample size. I know some of you here, you did statistics in your SSC. I mean like in your SS1, SS2, SS3, and even in your school you are statisticians in this place. So at least if I'm lying, you know what I'm trying to say. So this is just it now. Okay, so you can actually apply different filters, even up to 3 filters, trying to look for people. So let us now say that I've actually looked for these people now, people that are in Canada that work in companies where there are more than what 2,000 people working in there. So I can still add one more. So, okay, if they bear, let them be bearing what? Let them be bearing John. Okay, you can do what? Hit enter. This can now reduce the entire thing to what? To about 3,700 people. You can now see. So we now have one filter, two filter, and what? The third filter here, right? So this is just how it works, guys. So Apollo should not be what? Should not be something that can give you headache. It is too simple. Okay? Now let us now leave that part. Let us see the other kind of what filters here and how they what operate. So I'm going to clear all that filter that existed now and then use another type of what filter. So what if you're looking for maybe directors? Okay, what if you're looking for directors in what if you're looking for directors? Okay, so I can come here, you can see where they say job titles. You can click on job title and they can say, okay, are you seeing we have teachers, we have manager, we have student, we have consultant, and the what? We have associate, president, supervisor, and all of that. So these are different words, kind of job titles here. So let us say we are looking for managers in where? You can say Nigeria. Okay, but before we say Nigeria, now let's just search, let's just search it on what? On a wider scale. So we just say what? We just say managers, and that is what? The world over. You can see that we have what? 28 million people that have what? Manager in their what? In their title. Okay. Now this manager, now what if we were looking for managers in a particular company? Okay, you can say, okay, we want managers that work in what? In a particular company. You can say maybe let's use any of the company. You can say, okay, maybe you can use let's use Apple. We are selected Apple. And I can see that it has now brought it to what? To 28,600 people. Then we can now say, okay, in a particular location, maybe Canada or United States. You can say, okay, United States. You see, the more we keep adding filter, the more it's what? It will keep on reducing. Now look at it now. It is now lesser than what? It's now about 16,200 people here. Okay. What if we want to be that these people must have worked with what? People, at least 500 people in their what? In their workplace. So can I come down to what? Employees and do what? And select what? 51 to what? 500 or 501 to what? 1000. So let's just click on what? 501 to 1000. You see now, it will change to zero because there's no one like that. What if we say, okay, click cancel this one and then select 21 to 50? You see, it will come up to what? A good number of what? People. We still got nothing. No problem. So what about 11 to 20? Zero. What about 1 to 10? Zero. Okay. So that means that what? All the managers that we have that work with Apple are what? They are only managers and their people are more than what? Okay, look at it now. You see now, because Apple has more than what? 100,000 people. That is why we could not find anything there. So if we now want to find them, we can come here and do what? And click on this highest one, which is what? 10,001 to what? Plus. Click here and you can see what? They are all going to what? Come out here. You see now? Because they all work with the same company and the company has the same number of what? Of employees. That is why it's like that. Okay. So this is how you can actually use the what? Use the different filters to find people. Okay. We have actually done one now. We have done this one now is four. This is one, two, three. Okay, this is actually three filters. One, two, three, four. Yes, this is four filters here. One, two, three, and four. So you can see now, we're able to find people using the words, the company filter, their job titles and location, and then even their what number of employees in their what in their company, right? So that is that about that. So at this point again, let me take a question. If you have a question, please ask, but please do not be rowdy. When you're rowdy, it feels as if we are playing here. We are studying here, okay? Studying this Apollo alone can cost you $50 per hour if you want to do it with someone that will teach you online. But because you are digital, which you are doing it for free, so don't think it is for play. So that we can actually find people using their what? The name filter, using the what? The job title, using the what? Management level, using the company where they work by entering the company name, even the location. Now the location filter can work even up to the what? To the zip code level. Okay. You can actually impute a what? The zip code and find people living in that what? Particular zip code. You can even find people in the what? Particular industry using the what? Industry keyword, like you can come here now, can find people that work with what? With cloud or AWS. You can find that here. Okay. So guys, at this point now, I'm going to do what? I'm going to start practicalizing how to save lists from what? From Apollo. So how do you get your list saved up? For instance, you found a list of people that bear the same name with you, or people that are interested, or people that you know that are what? That are students. in what? In Apollo. How can you save the list? It's simple. Simply come to the word, to the job title and select what? Select student. So let me come here, select student. Are you seeing student here? Select student. And you can see it, you have about what, 2.5 million people that are what? That are students on Apollo. Now, having had this, now what do you do next now? You can now save them. But how do you save them? Now let us save it now. To save a list from Apollo, you need to what? Click on this box here at the top where you have name, title, company, email, phone, and actions. Click on this top box here. You see here? Click on it. This will now bring up a what? A dialog. They say select number of people to what? To save. So you can do what? Simply click on here and say, okay, select this page. And do what? And then you are good. And do what? You see this apply here? You click on the apply and it will what? It will highlight all of them. You see now? It will highlight what? All of them. Now, as you see, as you do that now, you can look here. You say what? 25 selected. You see? It says plus save, email, sequence, list. I said, now that you click on apply now, you can see now that it is now all what selected here now. So what this means is that what this list can now be what? Can now be saved or exported. And when we did our HubSpot, we talked about exporting contacts on, you know, from HubSpot into another CRM where we were able to export them and got a CSV file, right? And I even said that CSV means comma separated what values, and it's a kind of file that Excel can read, Google Sheet can read, Microsoft Word, Excel can what? Can read, right? So here now, it means that we can now do what? We can now save this file here, either inside of our what? Apollo here, or we can export it into our what? As a file in our system, right? We can even email these people directly. We can even throw them into our what? Our sequence, but we are not up to this level yet, right? So let us now see how we can actually save it up as a list on Apollo. To save it, what do I do? I have selected it all here. The next is to what? Click on this save here. Can you see this save, everybody? Am I teaching one person? I have 46 people here. Why is only one person? You can saw it, Abby. Okay. Now you click on what? Click on this save now, and you can see it will come up here with a what? Another prompt. And you can see now, depending on what you want to do here now, you can actually create a list inside of what? Apollo. Now, you can add to sequence, you can assign owner, you can what? Get the phone numbers and even what? Export as CSV. This one is the most interesting one here. You see this one here? The most interesting one is this one. So I will simply use what? Assign as what? I mean export as CSV to demonstrate here for us today. So to export as CSV now, I'll come here and do what? I'll click on what? This small box here. You can see now it will ask me what I want to export. You say, please note, accessing a new contact verified email in this export costs 1 credit. If a contact email has been accessed, no additional credit are what needed to export it. So it means that what to do this now, I need to what pay credit for what exporting this. You see why I was not getting those credits before now? It costs what 1 credit, right? That's why I was trying to export, get all those credits before now. But you guys were making noise, so I had to what? I had to do it like that. Now, it says what now? It says what? It says export of emails, export verified emails only. Please note, exporting existing records does not automatically enrich mails and mobile numbers. To enrich your existing records, visit the search page, select your word record, and then click on enrich. We are not interested in that one. I just want to show you how to what? How to export it as a what? As a CSV file. I know that somebody has already gone beyond what I'm doing here now because somebody feels I'm too slow. Let me call the person's name out. Let me see the person that has done. He has, in fact, don't go click on what? On export. Let me see the person. Okonkwo. Why did you go and click on export? You dey lie, you click am. Okay, now you see now that I have what? I have export here, and it says what? It says your CSV report will be what? Sent to your email. You see now, it will be sent to your what? Email. So some of you now, you start looking for it on your download here. You no go see am o. You see it only on your what? On your email. So once you are done with this now, you go to your what? To your email. Now this is my what? This is my email here, and I can see my what? I can see my email here. Whenever I save something or whatever, I'll be able to see it here. So let me now click on what? On export. Okay, I'll do what? I'll export now, and it will what? It will load it up, and it would send me a what? It says finish adding 25 out of what? 25 prospects, and what? It will what? It will simply send it to my what? To my email. Let me see if it is here now. So I think this is where I'm going to see them. Let's see if it has come in here. Maybe it has not come in yet. Okay, look at it now. Can you see that it has come here? You can now see that you say, Clamita, your export is what? Is ready. So if I want to see it now, I can click on what? Download to what? To get the what? The list of leads I just extracted. So this is how to what? How to export leads from Apollo. Now let us see what the leads contain. To save as a list on Apollo, we do what? We highlight what we want to save. For instance, you want to save the name of companies, and maybe you want to save people that work with probably Unilever. Now this is the list now. To save it now, what do you do? Click on what we did before now. Click on this box here. Select on what? Select this page and do what? Apply. You can see it all become what? Highlighted. Now let us save it as a list inside of Apollo. This time we are not going to be downloading it, right? So we click on what? This save here. And this is our what? It say add to list. But we don't have a list yet now. What do? We can do what? Create a new list, right? So we can do what? Click on new list, and we can title it what? You see now, say click on a new list and title it what? Our name is what? Unilever what? List. And we'll do what? Click on save. So our list will now come here to what? To come and stay. Let us go back and see whether it's actually saved. So we can simply come back here, and of course we are in Unilever. And so okay, save, and of course this, and we can save. Click on our list. This is it now. You can click on this list and do what? You can save. See now, is it not that simple? You can see now, you say adding 25 people to what? Adding 25 prospects, meaning that what? That is adding this one now to our what? To our list. Once it is done now, you get a mail that it's what? It is done. Adding these people to your list. That is just how that works, guys. So it's not really that difficult, except you just want to say you don't want to put body. I mean, some of you now, you are so scared, you don't want to put body, or you don't even have the interest. Somebody came to my DM the other day, and he was saying, you think it's all about this your training. You're not really into this training because you're not looking for jobs. You're not looking for jobs. Then what are you doing here? I didn't say you're looking for a job, but what I'm telling you is that if you want to come to somebody's DM that you've not had a chat with before now, don't come with how far. Some people might say it as being rude. Some people might even disregard you and just ignore you totally because that is not how you. That is not. It's not. It does not show that you know what you're doing. It shows that you are behaving like a what, like a we are not here as touts. We are here to what? To learn as educated people that wants to what? Improve ourselves. So if you come to my DM with how far, I will see it as there is no. I mean, we don't have any chat history in our DM. So why are you coming with a with a half with a how far? It doesn't look so nice. I was trying to correct him and he started yabbing. Okay, so I had to just let him go. Now we have done what? We have saved our list as what? As a list on what? On our poll. We can see that it is still counting. It's not yet there. Well, if you come to our list now, our list is already here, but you can see that we have 25 records here, right? So let me just click on it. You can now see that what the list is actually made up of what? Of people. Can you see? This is it here. Can't you see? It's so nice. Is it not nice? So if I wanted to import a list from a CSV file back into my Apollo, what can I do? I can actually go back to use my import tool, click on that and click on CSV file and do what? You see, select the what? CSV file here. So I'll click on here, and then the list I want to import should be on my downloads, and I'll put it here. You see, I'll do what? Click on that and import. e not pass like that now. E not just pass like that. You see? Then once I'm done like this now, it means that what? That everything here is okay. And I can now do what? I can now locate where it says import. That should be at the bottom. Can you see it here? Oh, that's still one side now. This is it here. Click on what? Click on import, and everything will be what? Imported. You say you have 43 unmapped columns, blah blah blah. Just tell it what? Yes. And it will import it. You can see the progress bar here. It's actually there. It will import. So what is there that people don't understand? This thing is something that is quite simple for everyone to just understand. Okay. Just as you're able to import and export contact on Apollo, you can do the same thing here. You know, they're difficult. Now, we have talked about people and then we have built our list. So I don't want to talk about these ones anymore. So what about data enrichment? Data enrichment actually, okay, wait. According. Data enrichment actually ensures that whatever you've pulled out from Lemlist, I mean from Apollo, be it email, name, whatever, position and all of that, that they are what? That they are intact. So when you do data enrichment now, it will do what? It will search for that person. And if the person has actually made some profile update on their Apollo, I mean on their LinkedIn, it will what? It will pull it up and update the list that you have. For instance, I have, let me show you something here to be a lead generation expert in time to come. So what does what does engagement mean for you? So you see, engagement means what? You say become involved in. See what? Becoming what? Involved in. It even says attract or what? Occupy. Okay. Engage in a variety of what? Activities. So let us just focus on this one now and come here to what? Explain further. So when you now engage people that you have actually pulled out, remember that these people here now are people that you just came here to what? To pull from this list of people in this database here. Okay. Now you now have their contact, which involves them, their contact details like their email, their phone number, where they work, and where they live, their country. The next thing is what? To now engage them. Now engagement can be what? Can be conversation, right? It's like Arinze is walking along that his Ekulobia road and he saw a very, very beautiful maiden. Sequencing is a series of what? Communication that leads to what? To deals. Then engagement is what? It is the stage on Apollo where you perform what? Sequencing, okay? So don't allow this thing here to what? To deceive you or to make you lose focus. Okay, focus on the what? On this main part here. Now, how do we do sequencing in Apollo.io? It's simple, oh. Not let anything confuse you. Sequencing is in Apollo is what? It's quite simple, not hard. Now, to do sequence in Apollo, you need to what? You need to create your sequence, and you need to what? Send your list that you've actually pulled out from Apollo into the sequence. Now, sequencing can actually be what? Made to to run at specific time. You can actually schedule it, okay, to run at a specific time. Like there was one I did where I said, okay, in fact I even told people the reason why they should use specific dates, specific days, and what time of the day. For instance, there are people that don't look at their phones when they are working because maybe their working place does not allow them. So those kind of people now, the best time to reach them will be what? During the weekends. So you want to schedule. So if you're looking for those kind of people, you want to what? Schedule your sequence to deliver at what? During the weekend. And even during the weekend, some people tell you that they don't look at their phone in the morning because in the morning Saturday, they are working, they are washing, they are cooking, they are taking care of their children, they are doing their homework and all of that. So they only start having time from what? From 12 p.m. So you must do what? Take that into what? Consideration. Okay, and your sequence must not deliver one day. You can schedule it maybe today, tomorrow, and next tomorrow so that everybody can receive their copy correctly. Okay, so I think somebody has been disturbed. The first step in creating your sequence is to go to what? Click on your sequence, and the next is to what? Click on create a sequence. Right now, we have three mode of creation of sequence here. Okay, now we have three mode of what? Creating of what? Sequence here. We have what? AI assisted, we have pre-formatted, and what? From scratch. For me, when I start from scratch, I think at least I'll know what was done and how I did it and how I arrived. That's why I like using it. But if you know you don't have that time, you can actually use what? The AI assisted or what? Pre-formatted. Okay, so let's go. So I'm going to start from scratch and I will name it what? I will name it Otanwa what? Otanwa PLC. Okay. Now, are you seeing the schedule here? This is where you now schedule when the message should deliver. You see, is it going to be normal business hours or when? If you don't want it to deliver during the normal business hour, what do? You can simply go to what you can say, okay, you can create a new schedule here. Is it clear? Okay. Now, some of you here do not actually know what they call normal business hours. Normal business hours are hours between what? Between 8 to what? To 5 p.m. Some kind of companies can actually close by 4. But I know that in Nigeria, most of the companies allow you to work for what? For 9 hours daily. So you start work by 8 o'clock. You must be at the office. And then you leave by what? By 5 p.m. But bankers not join no, because bankers they can close as much as 8 p.m. So now we are going to do one with what? Within normal business hours so you can save time. But if you are interested in other one, you can actually come in here and do what? Create a new what? A new schedule. So if you want to create a new schedule now, this is how you do it. You can come in here. I think it's loading here. So you can come in here to create a new schedule. Are you seeing new schedule here? Click on new schedule and then you title it. You can call it weekend. Weekend what? Weekend schedule. And of course, the time zone, you have to set the time zone so that you can know when the thing is actually delivered. And of course, I said our time zone in Nigeria is what? Is West African time. Yes, I have to look for West African time and what? And use it. Or you can simply use what? You can simply use London. Because we and London is just 1 hour apart. And you do what? You can click on create. And at this point now, you see now, it's not allowing you time to what? To add when the message should deliver, right? So me now, I said this is going to be weekend schedule. So this my sequence should run only what? Only weekends. So I'll come in here and I'll what? I'll say, okay, I don't want this. I should remove it from the list. I don't want this. So I want it to be only what? Saturday and what? Maybe Friday. And it should start by what? When the people are going back home. So I think from 7 p.m. Yes, to about let's call it let's say 11 p.m. It should run at this time, so that can be it now. So of course on Saturday as well, Saturday is what's going to run in the morning, so it should run maybe from when they are done taking care of their kids and all that. They should start running, so you can take a 12 p.m. till about what? About 4 p.m. because of course Saturday some people want to go to party, so when they go to party you might actually not see the message, right? So do what? Can save that. What about Sunday? Sunday, we don't want to send it when the people are in church because they might not actually pay attention. So I say, okay, this thing should go by, let's give it 4 p.m. to about 8 p.m. in the night so that they can actually be able to have what? Focus and give us the attention that we need. So we can do what? We can add that block. So when we're not done now, we can do what? We can simply say, okay, save. See now our schedule is now created. So if we now go back here now, we can see that what if we go back now, we want to like do weekend schedule now. We can now have different schedules. The normal work days and what weekend schedule. So if we go to our sequence now, we say create. You can see we say from scratch, and then you see sequence name. You can call it Watanwa PLC. Let me Yes, Ottawa PLC. And so now on this schedule part now, we can now have two here. See, we have weekend schedule and what? Normal business hours. So let us select what? Weekend schedule. Are you seeing? The time we selected are what we have here now. You see 7 p.m. to what? 11 p.m. Then Saturday is what? 12 p.m. to what? 4 p.m. Sunday is what? 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Does it make sense, guys? Hmm. Okay, we can now do what? We can also create. Now we are now enter where we're going to what? Demonstrate, or where we're now going to create our sequence properly. So you see now, we are now here. So your sequence works with what? With steps. It works with what? With steps. But before then, I want to add contacts. Okay, so let us add contact. Okay, click on here to what? To add contact. You can actually add contact from what? You see that list that we saved before as a CSV file. You can actually import it in here, or we can select a list that we've saved before now. So I think we have about two lists that we've saved before now. I can just click on what? Select a list, and I will come in here. You see where I have select list here. It means I want to select the list that I actually saved before. So I will come in here and I will say yes, under 25. I will select that under 25 list. And of course, I want to select, and I will say, okay, this one should go from this inbox. And I will do what? I will say add what? Add 25 contacts. Okay, this is the email I want to use now. Elamaya. I'll say, okay, add. Okay, let me just do the normal one. So I'll simply do what? I'll say, okay, add. You see, it has not added. So it say 18 of 25 will be what? Will be added. 7, blah, blah, blah. So I can just say, okay, I just want you to what? Sequence the what? 18 people. So that, because the reason is because I have 25 people on the list, but it could only verify 18 people that have valid contacts, right? So we have not added it now. What do we do next now? We can now say, okay, add step. Okay. Now, the step part now is where you're not going to create the message of what I will deliver. So what is going to be the step that we're going to add? Now, is it going to be a manual email or automatic email or phone call or action item? Me, I like what? Manual email. Because I am old school. I am an old man. I like old school. But the reason is because sometimes your employer might want, might just want to know whether you know how to do this. Okay. So you knowing how to do it manually means that what, that you are quite good at it. So don't just run and start doing the automated one, because it will be too easy. When you know how to add the personalization and all of that, that makes sure that you are an expert in this. So I will just do what? I will go to my manual stuff. So it's not asking me something. It's saying when to start this step. So you can actually say, okay, 30 minutes after contact is what is added. Now we have actually added our contact, you remember, right? You can even change it to what? Maybe 1 hour. You can change it and say, okay, maybe you can change it into something. You can change it to hour. Okay, let me come here. Let me come back here. And I will say, okay, reduce to hour. Come on now. What is wrong? Why are you not allowing me to do what I want to do? Okay, let's take it to maybe 20 minutes. Okay, now it's 20 minutes. You cannot do what? You cannot say, okay, high priority. And then let's just save it like that. So you can say continue. Okay, now it now want us to do what? To draft our message. You see? Draft our message now. So you can actually deliver it now. So our message can come like this, okay? First of all, we have to what? Enter the subject line, which is what you're going to see that can actually attract them to what? To open the message. Like for instance, here now, I have my messages here now. Can you see now? I can see that in here now, this one says your contable team. This one says your medium daily digest. This one says what? As Afsa Maulana Rumi. Blah blah blah. This one says what? Google. This one says what? Apollo. So these are different things that can actually interact person to what? To either open or what? Reject the message, right? So that is what you mean by what? By subject. Whatever you see here now, it say you have 20 notifications about David and others. This is a what? A subject. Okay. Here also you have what we have done ourselves now 40% of upgrades. This is also a what? A subject for what? For this email. Are you getting me now, guys? Are you getting me? Now, because you were sleeping before that's why you missed Moses, right? So we are not going to personalize it now so that it can come in with a what? With our first or last name. So I'll come in here and I'll put this small something here. Okay, and that will be what? First name. When you say first name, it means that what? That you want the person's first name to what? To show up, when he receive this message here. Okay, but I don't know why it's supposed to usually be first name. So you see now, as I'm doing it here, it's showing here, right? It's showing just here. So you can now go down below and do what? And then add your message. Say, we've noticed uh, over 40% of youths and single people in Lekki of Lagos State do not have the time to clean up their rooms, especially during the what? The weekends. This is why Otanwa cleaning what? Cleaning services is here to the rescue. To the what? To the rescue. Okay. From today to the next 21 days, we are offering you a 21% what? Discount to enable you clean up your room and live in a neat apartment. To book our service, quickly give us a what? A call. And then you can now what? Attach your what? Your phone number. You can say, okay, your country code is +234, and then you can now put your number, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. You can see now, as I'm doing this now, look at how the message is showing up here. Okay. Then I can even put more link. You can say, okay, you can also maybe contact us via our what? Our contact details, or where our contact page. You now need to what? Add your contact page. So your contact page can be more like what? Like a link. How do you attach a link? To attach the link now, you need to what? Click on this, highlight the link and do what? Come down where you see where you have insert link here, click on it and then enter the link. So sambahit.com/contact, and then do what? That is it there. So if person click here now, it will take them to the what? To the contact page of your what? Of your website. So you can now do what? You can now do what? Send this email. Now let me send out a test email so you can actually see that it works. Okay. So to send out a test email, you want to be sure that the thing actually works. So I'll come here. You see where they say send test email to me. Click on it and so you can see how the thing will look like when it delivers to your what? To your customers. So let me go to my email and I can see. I think the thing was so fast. You see, this is the mail here. It says me. It says we saw a lot of dirt under your bed. Look at it now. So if I come in here now, you can see that the message actually came. If I click on the contact page now, it will respond. I can see that the phone number attached. Okay. So I don't know why people feel like this thing is actually hard. Is it? I think Okonkwo, here you were asking me a question before. Do you now understand it now? I think your question is all about person being able to get your message and whatever. Okonkwo, Victor, do you see it now? Is it still difficult or confusing to you? Ekwi was saying what? Yeah. Dynamic variables is what we just did now. Like putting it in such a way that people will get their messages correctly with their name attached to it. Is that not what she said? Okay, so we just did it now. You didn't see us do it now. I just came in here and you saw me putting this thing. You see this thing here is a dynamic variable, right? This is a dynamic variable now. Though there are still, I'm just trying to be basic here, so I don't want to blow your head off. That's why you see me being this gentle. If not, I can just come in here, I'll put this thing here, I'll put the person's name here with this same dynamic variable here so that the person can see their name in here. And then it to be like Arinze. We saw a lot of death under your bed. Like you go carry your name, consider that if your girlfriend see him, he go run leave you. Say so your house dirty. That kind of thing. But we're just trying to be gentle. So now that I've received my copy of this email, now it means that what that message can actually what it can actually go. Okay. So, but one thing I want to point out now is that what when you want to do it now, some people can actually attach their brand images, their different pictures. Some will even put pictures. I mean, some will even put videos, right? Just to make sure that they're able to pass the message correctly. And then when you are done now, you can now do what? You can now save. This is just the simplest of it. There is more advanced one. I just want to be simple so we can actually go and sleep. So you see now, I've actually saved it now, and this this campaign is now what? Is active, right? It is what? It is active, right? So it's really not difficult to do when it comes to sequencing. It's not difficult. Just know what to touch and you'll be what? You'll be able to what? To go. So I think at this point, we cannot talk about so the other part where you have this email here is when they now start responding to you. Because when you open this message, they can now see what they are were able to. Maybe some people are, they're going to respond to. So those are that were able to respond to you now. You can now respond. You can now message them here. Okay. So let me see. You see, this one is now. Let me click on it and then activate it so it can start working. So you see now, it will start working now. So probably by tomorrow or maybe in the next 30 minutes or whatever, it will start delivering. And what I normally do is that for my class, I take their emails and I do what? I deliver this email to them personally so that I can actually receive it. Well, some of you now when they say you should drop email, you will not even bother. So that's why I stopped requesting. So this is just that. Now when they now start responding, I can now go to the email section to see what they responded with. You see now, the email has been sent to these people now. You can see Ikenna Abaden, Ikenna Edenso. They have all received this email. You see, the email has been sent, or at least it will be sent on what? It will be sent, but you can see that that the email has been what? It has been sent already. Some will go on 29th of November, which is about tomorrow. Some will go today, right? And all of that. Then some will even prefer to what? To give you a call. That is where you now have calls here because you're still trying to what? Trying to engage. So when the person does not have an email, you can actually do what? Call them directly, right? So you can actually configure it in such a way that if that contact list that you put from your list extraction does not have email, you can schedule a call with them. You can just need to call them with their phone number and then talk about your business with them. And then when they now started coming to you and say, okay, I got your email, blah, 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 you cannot do what? Maybe they need to book an appointment with your what? With your agency to discuss on the way further, right? Now, when the meeting now comes up, you cannot have what? Your conversation can actually come up with what? Either of these two here, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and what? Google Meet. We even have other ones that can still be used, and then you can now have what a demonstration of what how your service can benefit them, even if it is a product, how it can what benefit them. And then when they are convinced and they can trust you, what do you have next? To be your deals, and then the money will start rolling in, bro. So don't you understand it? Okay. So so now that we've added the second step now, now when you now if you are trying to look for okay, like for instance, the day that Okonkwo Victor went to go and thief meat from the pot when he was doing his WAEC, say he took one step going to where the meat and the pot of soup was resting. When he now took the first step, he has not gotten there. What did he do? He took the second step now, not be so. Now you took the second step, he's not there. You took another step again. So likewise here now, you took the first step with this email. If it does not reach where you are going to, what do? You take the second step, right? And that will be in what? In the fourth day. This one will what? This one will what? It will get to them. Now, if this one does not get to them now, you can actually do what? Take the third step. Okay. But then now there's actually going to be a rule that when they respond to the first email, this second one does not need to what? Fire. Are you getting it now? So you have to make sure that when they get the first email, second email does not need to fire. And if they don't respond to the first email, second email should fire. Now when they respond to the second email, the third email should not fire. Okay, so after a while, they will tell you that, oh, we are so sorry, we have to let go of you since you're not interested in our products. They will remove you from their what? From their mailing list or from their sequence, and you're no longer going to get messages from them. But some will not still stop. Some will keep blasting you messages until you what? You either block them or you stop using that email because you get one of my email when I go open, I get like 12,000 email for that email address. But the thing is that I made mistake one time. I went and registered for something and the thing started blasting and me. I got tired of deleting emails, so that's why I stopped For that email now, for me now, it does not even exist because I don't block them. They see this, they see the escape they coming. So me now, I stopped. So it's like that, guys, because some of them now they already have your list, so they have to just change the platform and then import your email into the new platform and then keep blasting. That's just how it is. So at this point, I think the only thing left here now is what is workflows and analysis, which is going to show you how your email actually perform. And the reason why I'm not going to talk it is because you see now it's a upgrade to for professional. Then for the task, of course, you know that when people don't have emails, you should what? You should call them, right? So you can now see that this actually is what? This is our task here. These are our tasks, right? So it's all going to what deliver. So I'm going to deliver on the November 30th, which is in 2 days. So I'm going to deliver today. So I'm going to deliver what later on. So that's just it. So you see now, are you seeing the time difference here? This one is for 30th. Then this one is I think probably tomorrow, but by what? By 9 p.m., 9:20 p.m., 9:22 p.m. You see? Then so we deliver to earlier, like 8:20 to what? To 8:30. So that's just how this thing does work. So that's how it will share it. Just make sure that it goes batch by what? By batch. So at this point, guys, I think I will take your questions now before we call it a night for today. So uh, Apollo is not really that difficult. So if you still have any difficulty with any of the things that we've done here, now is your time to